presents Hollywood. Lever Brothers Company brings you the Lux Radio Theater, starring Jack Benny, Gail Patrick, and James Gleason in Killer Kate. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Mr. William Keeley.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Very few institutions on the air outdate the Lux Radio Theater. But one of the exceptions is our star tonight, Waukegan's favorite son, Jack Benny. It was 15 years ago that Jack started trying for laughs on the air, and he's still trying. As a matter of fact, we'll have to allow he's one of America's top comedians. But tonight he branches out into a different field in a thrilling piece of action drama called, in basic English, Killer Kates. Based on a Warner Brothers screenplay, it was written especially for Jack's newly discovered dramatic talents, and co-stars lovely Gail Patrick and our one and only Jimmy Gleason. Of course, to get Jack here tonight, we had to add special concessions to the contract, not the least of which was a large-sized box of Lux Flakes. In fact, Jack has been counting the contents, flake by flake, between rehearsals. And the gleam in his eye when he discovered they were all there could only be matched, I'm sure, by the gleam in a woman's eye when she sees Lux Flakes on her grocer's shelf. It's a look that says, all's well that ends with Lux. And now, the Lux Radio Theater presents Jack Benny in Killer Kates, with Gail Patrick as Helen and James Gleason as Al Brady. In this rather unusual story, Mr. Benny plays the part of Jeff Morley, sometimes known as Killer Kates. In the opening scene, we find our cold-blooded killer at the door of his old hideaway.
That's you, Spangler? Wait till I get this door open. Spangler, where have you...
Hello, Blinky.
Killer Case, it's you.
Yeah, Blinky, it's me.
Gee, Killer, I didn't know it was you. I was just waiting for Spangler to come back.
Spangler ain't coming back.
Not coming back? Well, it serves him right. He had it coming. I was going to knock him off myself. I was, Killer. He's the guy that ratted on you. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Killer, yeah. Gee, it's good to see you back again. When'd you get out?
Last night, Blinky. I busted out. Just to see you and Spangler. And I just saw Spangler.
You busted out? Then you're hot, huh? Don't worry, Killer. I'll hide you. You can use my place.
So you can put the finger on me like you did last time, eh, Blinky?
It wasn't me, Killer. I swear it wasn't me. It was Spangler, I tell you. It was Spangler. He was the guy that...
Shut up, you lying rat.
Honest, Killer. You gotta believe me. I had nothing to do with it.
Get down on your knees, Blinky, and start praying.
But, Killer, please, you can't do this. I'm your pal, your friend. We grew up together. We were like brothers. Oh, Killer, please give me a break.
You didn't give me a break, did you, Blinky? When you sent me up to the big house to rot in a lousy cell? You weren't satisfied to take over my racket. You even had to steal my girl.
I tell you, I didn't do it, Killer. Everything is just the way you left it. And Millie, I didn't steal her. She's still your girl, Killer. She's waiting for you.
Where do you want it, Blinky? In the belly or the back?
Killer, please give me a chance. I'll get out of town.
Get down on your knees, Blinky.
Don't, Killer, please don't. I swear I had nothing to do with this. Believe me.
Start praying, Blinky.
Killer, you can't do it. Don't shoot. Don't. Killer.
So long, Blinky. You were my pal once, but you just couldn't keep your nose clean. Cops, I gotta get out of here.
Come on out, Killer. You haven't got a chance.
If you want me, copper, you'll have to come in and get me.
There he goes for the window.
Got him.
Is he dead?
No, I'm not dead, copper. Of course I'm not dead. Remember me? I'm Killer Kates. The man who couldn't be killed.
Just keep keep bringing the curtain up and down, Eddie. He's good for a dozen bouts.
Yeah, whoever thought this corny show would be a hit?
Now, you got to hand it to Jeff Morley. Corny or not, he plays that killer case like a real gangster.
Yeah.
Get down on your knees and start praying, Blinky. What do you want it, in the belly or the back?
Hey, quiet, here he comes. Nice show, Mr. Morley.
Thanks, Eddie. Is my manager around?
Yeah, Mr. Brady said he'd wait for you in your dressing room.
Thanks.
Hiya, Jeff.
Hello, Brady. I want to talk to you.
Fine, and say congratulations, killer,
For what?
for the 1,000th performance of The Man Who Couldn't Be Killed.
Seems like a million. And stop calling me killer. It's bad enough I have to play that part without being reminded of it all the time.
Well, you've been doing all right for 3 years now.
But can't you see what's happening to me? Every time I have to shoot a gun, I break into a cold sweat. I'm afraid of guns. They frighten me.
Well, you can't bop off Blinky with a water pistol. His maker will run.
Don't be funny. Imagine me a killer standing there with 2 guns.
You gotta use 2 guns, Jeff. When we tried it with 1 gun, you used to put your other hand on your hip.
What?
Why don't you forget it, Jeff? Say, did you see the audience tonight out there? Not an empty seat in the house.
I tell you, this play is driving me nuts. I have nightmares. I dream that I'm busting out of prison, taking guys for rides, sticking up banks. Getting so every time I walk down the street and see a policeman, I duck.
Look, Jeff, what you need is a nice long rest. Go home and relax. Spend some time with your wife. Play a little golf. This is Saturday. You don't have to be back at the theater till Monday night.
No, Brady, that's not the solution. Don't you understand? I'm a comedian. All my life I've been a comedian. I don't want to play a gangster. I want to make people laugh.
All right, so you're a comedian. What happened when you played comedy? You did a show on Broadway called The Meanest Man in Syracuse, and it folded in 2 weeks.
I know.
And when you went out to Hollywood to make a picture, what was the name of that epic? Oh, The Bugle Blew at midnight.
Well,
The audience blew at 9 o'clock.
so what? I made a mistake. Anybody's entitled to one mistake.
Yeah, but you made yours while you were standing in front of a camera. And everybody who saw a picture is a witness. There weren't many, but they're witnesses.
Look, Brady, you can talk till doomsday. But I know how I feel inside. For 25 years, I've been doing comedy, and that's what I want to keep on doing.
But, Jeff, what's the use of kidding? As a comedian, you're lousy. You stink.
Oh, you and your innuendos.
Look at the record. Since you gave up comedy, became Killer Kate's, look what you got.
A nervous breakdown, that's what I've got.
An estate on Long Island, a butler, 3 cars, and only 12 in line for a new refrigerator. What more do you want?
My peace of mind. And it's no use arguing. I'm getting out of this play while I've still got my sanity. Even if it means those one-night stands again.
But, Jeff, boy, think of your wife. Think of Helen.
I am thinking of Helen. In the mental condition I'm in, what kind of a husband am I?
Well, then think of me. I got 10% of your salary. For the last 3 years, I've been eating. I live in a nice apartment. I wear good clothes. Don't take these things away from me, Jeff.
That's what I thought. All you care about is your 10%. Well, I'm through, so you might as well get out of here, Brady, and start looking for a new killer. Now get out, out!
Okay.
Ooh, my head. Those awful headaches.
Pardon me, Mrs. Morley.
What is it, Walters?
Mr. Brady telephoned. I told him Mr. Morley was asleep, and he said he would drop in later.
Oh, thank you, Walters. What time is it?
12:15, madam.
That late? I think you better wake Mr. Morley now.
Yes, madam. Mr. Morley! Mr. Morley! Mr. Morley, wake up, sir. It's 12:15.
Listen, Scalisi. Listen, Scalisi. From now on, you're taking orders from me. Killer Kate, see?
Mr. Morley.
If you don't like it, you get the same thing that happened to Spangler. You'll wind up at the bottom of the river with your feet in a barrel of cement.
Mr. Morley, wake up.
Take your dirty mitts off of me before I... What? Where am I? Oh, it's you, Walters. I'm sorry. I must have been dreaming.
Yes, sir.
What was I saying?
Something about a Mr. Scalisi, sir. You intimated that in the future he was to receive his instructions from you.
That darn show again. Can't get it off my mind. Other men dream about Lana Turner. I dream about Dillinger. Walters, tell Mrs. Morley I'll be right down.
Yes.
Would you like another cup of coffee, dear?
No, thanks. I don't feel like eating. I tell you, Helen, if I don't get out of this show, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown.
Jeff, I've never stood in your way. In the old days when you were playing vaudeville, things were pretty tough. I went along hoping you'd get a break. But you must admit that your act always flopped.
Well, I was doing all right until my seal died.
That seal didn't die. You were out of work so long we had to eat it. And
Well,
what we didn't eat, I had to wear.
all I know is I was happier then. And I had a swell act, too. What an act. Smart comedy, high class. Gosh, I remember how I used to come out in white flannel pants, double-breasted blue coat with brass buttons, straw hat and cane. And I'd say, A funny thing happened to me on the way to the theater. A panhandler walked to me and said, "Hey, mister, I haven't had a bite all week." So I bit him. Oh, boy, they screamed at that.
I like it better when you say, "Where do you want it, Blinky? In the belly or the back?"
I know, but that act of mine is as good as it ever was. Only maybe I'd have to bring it up to date now. Take out those General Pershing jokes. Then finish with my imitation of Ted Lewis. "Yes, sir, is everybody happy?" That stuff is surefire.
But, Jeff...
And just before Brady got me in the play, you'll have to admit I was a sensation in that nightclub in Atlantic City.
But you had to work as a lifeguard in the daytime.
I didn't have to. I insisted on it. Kept me in condition. At Atlantic City, I was terrific there. I got a million laughs.
Who wouldn't in that bathing suit? But all right, Jeff, if it means your health and it'll make you happier, then I'm for it. We'll start all over again, right from the very, very, very bottom.
Gee, Helen, you're wonderful. After all, we've got what we want, this big house, the butler, 3 cars.
But when are we going to get the new refrigerator?
We're number 12. Oh, Helen, if you only knew how happy I am now. I'm the old Jeff Morley again. When my baby smiles at me, there's a wonder... There's someone at the door.
Walters, that's probably Mr. Brady. Show him in.
Yes, madam.
Brady? How do you like that? He won't even let me alone on Sundays. Well, I'm glad he's here. I'm going to straighten him out once and for all.
Hiya, Killer. Hello, Helen.
Hello, Al.
I brought a couple of fellas I want you to meet. Shake hands with Bob Stanley and Freddie McCall.
How do you do?
How are you?
Glad to know you, Killer. Yeah, you too, Mrs. Kate.
The name is Morley.
I'm sorry, but I've seen you on the stage so many times. To me, you'll always be Killer Kate.
Oh, no, I won't, Brady. Oh, no, I won't. Brady, I've got news for you. I've talked the whole thing over with Helen, and I'm quitting the show.
It ain't as easy as that, Jeff. You've got a run of the play contract, and they won't let you out of it. You can't quit.
Then I'll walk out.
But, Jeff, can you do that?
If he does, he'll never work in the theater again as long as he lives.
So that's the way it is. Well, I guess I can't do anything about it.
Now you're being smart, Jeff. That play will run another 3 years, and you'll be a millionaire.
So what good is money? I'll end up with a gold-plated straitjacket.
Look, Jeff, when the show closes, you'll have plenty of time to enjoy life. In the meantime, let's cash in. There's a lot of extra gravy around.
Gravy? What do you mean?
I finally got you set for a radio deal.
Radio? Well, that sounds all right.
Yep. It's a 15-minute program 5 times a week. Stanley and McCall here have written a terrific script.
Wait till you hear it. It's dynamite.
But won't that interfere with the play?
Not at all. He'll be off the air by 8:15. The curtain don't go up till 8:30. He can eat his dinner in a taxi.
Wait a minute, Brady. Is that the comedy program you were talking about?
No, I couldn't get a sponsor interested in that. This one is a natural. We've got the radio rights to The Man Who Couldn't Be Killed, and you're going in the air as Killer Kate.
What? Killer Kate's on the air? Nothing doing.
No. I know this is awful sudden, Jeff, but the money is sensational. In a couple of years, you'll be able to quit, do comedy for the rest of your life in empty theaters.
But look...
Wait till you hear the script.
But, Brady...
Go ahead, fellas. Explain it to him.
Well, the program opens with you in a tough spot. You shoot your way through Scalisi's mob. You kill about 8 of them, but the town gets too hot for you, so you take it on the lam.
Until the heat is off. You're in a town in Jersey, laying low, see, for a couple of days. Then you start a crave action, and you go out and get it.
No, I'm not.
Then you walk into the Maramba, the biggest nightclub in town.
And you tell the boss he's through. There's a mall there who tries to put the finger on you.
But you stage a one-man gang war, and you take over.
Stop, fellas, please. I tell you, I'm not going to go through
You have
with
to kill a couple of cops.
You're running things your way.
Scalisi is out to get you.
There's a pitch battle.
You're the man who couldn't be killed.
You're Killer Kate.
Killer Kate.
Killer Kate.
Look, fellas, you're wasting your time. I'm not going to...
Mob.
The heat's on.
You walk into the Maramba.
The Maramba. The mall puts the finger on you.
Run things
You
your
kill
way.
2 cops.
3 cops.
4 cops.
10
You're
cops.
Killer Kate.
Stop, I tell you. You're driving me nuts. I'm not going to... Oh, my head.
Jeff, darling, what's the matter?
Oh.
Walters, call the doctor. Mr. Morley's fainted.
I think you better work here with me. Don't you think so? Because it brings everybody on that mind. So you do all the acting.
Are you all set for the big charity event on Wednesday?
Am I? I wouldn't miss it. It's the first world premiere held here in 5 years. The Yearling will make its much heralded debut that night. That's Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's latest bid for the Academy Award.
I hear the picture is as great as the book.
Well, the author, Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings, is delighted. The studio showed me a wire from her saying how thrilled she was with the picture. She thought Gregory Peck and Jane Wyman were perfect casting as the Baxters. And she loved Claude Jarman, Jr., who plays the part of their son, Jody.
From all I've heard, Claude is young Jody to the life. A youngster that really gets at your heart.
And those Technicolor shots, the Florida pine woods, are as outstanding as the cast.
Well, what did the stars do for recreation while they were on location in the woods? There must have been some weather delays while they were filming The Yearling.
Well, Gregory Peck spent his free time fishing, and Jane Wyman spent some of hers knitting.
Knitting?
Sweaters for herself. She loves them. And she has a special trick with them.
Like washing them in Lux Flakes?
Well, of course. All smart girls do that so sweaters keep their fit. One of Jane's tricks is tacking in little shoulder pads so her sweaters look as trim as a blouse.
Do you think, Libby, that all the ladies in our audience know how much Lux Care does for a sweater?
Considering some of the shrunken ones I've seen, I guess not.
Why don't you tell them how easy luxing is?
Well, all the equipment you need is some rust-proof pins and a piece of clean wrapping paper. Take your sweater and draw an outline around it on the paper. Then squeeze the sweater in rich, lukewarm Lux suds, ever so quickly so as not to felt the wool. Now, rinse it well. And this is important. Have the rinse water the same lukewarm temperature as the suds. Next, squeeze out the drippings by rolling the sweater in a bath towel. Then lay it on the outline, pat and push it into shape, and hold it there with pins. When it's dry, it fits.
As Libby said, rich suds are important for getting good results with wool. But Lux Flakes go a long way. Lux Care is really thrifty. Here's your producer, William Keeley.
We continue with the second act of Killer Kate's, starring Jack Benny in the title role as Jeff Morley, Gail Patrick as his wife Helen, and Jimmy Gleason as Al Brady. A few moments ago, when we left Jeff Morley, he was flat on the floor with a nervous collapse. Well, he's resting in bed now, while in another room, Dr. Elbren solemnly explains his diagnosis to Jeff's wife, Helen, and his manager, Al Brady.
As I see it, Jeff is suffering from nervous fatigue more than anything else. He needs absolute quiet and a good long rest.
Sure, a good night's sleep, and he'll be ready to go to work tomorrow.
It'll be a long time before he's ready to go back to the stage, Mr. Brady. Several weeks, perhaps.
Several weeks? What about the show? Without Jeff, it'll fold. No, we can't do it. Helen, we'll have to get another doctor.
Now, wait a minute, Al. I'm not going to sacrifice Jeff for your corny show. You'll have to get yourself another actor.
But, Helen, we're going to get an actor cornier than him.
Are there any further instructions, Doctor?
Yes. Keep all conversation away from that play. Don't even mention the words Killer Kate's.
Yes, Doctor.
You see, it's his impersonation of Killer Kate's that's brought about this condition. Basically, Jeff is a sensitive type with a natural antipathy to that sort of character, all of which has resulted in these definite symptoms of schizophrenia.
What?
Schizophrenia, the doctrine of two distinct ultimate substances.
Oh.
It's a disease of the mind, Al.
Disease of the mind? Holy smoke, how did he get it? Well, I'll have to call up the newspapers. I'll tell him that Jeff's got I'll tell him he's got two ultimate substances.
Who's that?
Just me, Jeff. I hope I didn't wake you.
Where you going?
Just open the window. My, this room's stuffy.
What's that?
Why, nothing, dear. Just a car backfiring.
What are you giving me? Those were gunshots. That must be Scalise's mob.
Scalise's mob? Oh, darling, you're having another nightmare. Now get back in bed. The doctor...
Come here, you.
Oh, please. You're twisting my wrist. Oh.
Who sent you here?
Darling, you're hysterical. I'll call the doctor.
Don't touch that phone.
Oh, please let me go.
I will when I get good and ready. Say, you're not a bad-looking dish. What's your name?
Darling, it's me, Helen. Don't you even recognize me?
I never saw you before in my life. But I'm going to make up for lost time. Come here, baby. Give me a kiss.
Oh, darling. Kiss me again.
It happens every time. Anyway, baby, that'll hold you till I get back.
Get back? Where are you going?
What do you think I am, a sucker? Think I'm going to open up to you so you can tip off the mob and put the finger on me?
But Darling, where are you going?
Come on, get in this closet. Come on.
But you can't... Oh. Let me out! Let me out!
Shut up or I'll come in there and slug you. That's better. Now to get out of here. Who's that?
I, sir, Walter. Oh, I didn't know you were up. Oh, dear, and I was given orders not to disturb you.
Listen, you mug. I'm Killer Kate, see? I'm giving orders around here.
Very amusing, sir.
Wipe that smile off your kisser.
Oh, but...
Wipe it. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm on. Hold it a minute, will you?
Yeah.
take it from 4 speeches up the bottom of page 3, Jack.
No, wait a minute. Let's take it from the time the door opens and Helen comes in and I say,
All right.
there's a line that's wrong here somewhere. It says, where are you going?
Should be, what are you doing on page 3?
Darling, what are you doing? Here it is. Now, Gail, right here. It's got to be a little more spicy than there, Gail. I'm almost got you in that closet right now, you see. What are you doing?
I say what you want.
And let's take it from there. I got confused here on the reading of this thing myself. Let's take it to the door opens. See, I can't even hear a door opening. That's why I guess when I don't go into it.
Well,
Everything is so legitimate on this goddamn show. I can't hear anything. You know, on our show, when you open a door, it sounds like a building is falling down.
Okay, after the music break, the door opens.
Oh, the door opens. I'll anticipate if I don't hear it.
Okay.
Okay. Who's that?
Just me, Jeff. Oh, I hope I didn't wake you.
Where you going?
Just open the windows. Mind this room stuffy.
What's that?
Nothing, dear. Just a car backfiring.
What are you giving me? Those were gunshots. That must be Scalise's mob.
Scalise's mob? Oh, darling, you're having another nightmare. Now get back in bed. The doctor said...
Come here, you.
Oh, please. Please, you're twisting my wrist. Oh,
Who sent you here?
Darling, you're hysterical. I'll call the doctor.
Don't touch that phone.
Oh, please. Please let me go.
I will when I get good and ready. Say, you're not a bad-looking dish. What's your name?
Darling, it's me. Helen, don't you even recognize me?
I never saw you before in my life. But I'm going to make up for lost time. Come here, baby. Give me a kiss.
Oh, darling. Kiss me again.
It happens every time. Anyway, baby, that'll hold you till I get back.
Get back? Where are you going?
What do you think I am, a sucker? Think I'm going to open up to you so you can tip off the mob and put the finger on me?
Oh, darling, what are you doing?
Come on, get in this closet. Come on.
But you can't... Let me out. Let me out.
Shut up or I'll come in there and slug you. That's better. Now to get out of here. Who's that?
It's I, sir, Walters. Oh, I didn't know you were up. Oh, dear, and I was given orders not to disturb you.
Listen, you mug. I'm Killer Cates. I'm giving orders around here, see?
Very amusing, sir.
Wipe that smile off your kid.
But...
Wipe it off!
Oh, you struck me, sir. This leaves me no alternative. I leave for Reno in the morning.
What?
I live there, you know.
Shut up. Now listen, you. Where do they keep the scratch around here?
What, sir?
The scratch, the moolah, the money.
The money, sir, why, it's in the safe.
Well, lead me to it.
But, sir, you know where the... Oh!
Now lead me to that safe and don't give me no more of your lip.
Yes, sir. This way, sir? There it is, sir, behind the picture.
Hey, wait a minute. Who's that guy in the picture?
But, sir...
Never mind. I can read the nameplate. Jeff Morley, star of stage and screen. What a conceited punk.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Watch the front door and let me know if he comes in. Now, what's the combination of this safe?
I don't know, sir.
Then get out of the way. I can open this tin can with boxing gloves on. There. There, it's coming. A cinch. Ah, look at those bills. 50s, 100s. What a haul.
But, sir, don't you understand?
Quiet.
It's for the new refrigerator.
I don't care what it's for. Now turn around. Face the wall.
Yes, sir. Sir, what are you going to do with that vase?
I'm going to...
Oh.
I guess maybe I should have told him first. Well, that takes care of him. Look out, Scalisi. Here comes Killer Kate.
And I got out of the closet, Dr. Elbron, just in time to see Jeff driving away.
How do you like that, Doc? Held up his own house and stole his own car.
Now, Walter,
Yes, Dr. Elbron.
did Mr. Morley give any indication of where he was going?
No, sir, he was most irrational. He said he was Killer Kate's, and he asked me where we kept the money.
What are we waiting for? Let's call the police.
Under no condition will we call the police.
But, Doctor, why not?
Because Jeff thinks he's Killer Kate's. And, what does Killer Kate's do to policemen?
He asked them where they wanted in the belly of...
Exactly.
Then we've got to find him ourselves at once. Why, he's liable to hurt somebody.
Oh, my head. Where am I?
You're Killer Kate. You lay alone. You're Killer Kate. You're in Jersey. The heat's on. You're walking to the veranda.
Miranda?
You're Killer Kate. Killer Kate. Killer Kate.
Yeah, I'm Killer Kate. The heat is on. Gotta lay low here in Jersey. And I take over the biggest nightclub in town. What's that name? The Miranda. That's it. What's this place?
Yes, sir. Park your car.
What's the name of this joint?
The Pelican Club, sir.
Well, I'm looking for the Miranda, the biggest nightclub in Jersey.
The Miranda? I never heard of it, sir. This is the biggest nightclub in Jersey.
The Pelican, eh? So they changed the name. Well, they ain't fooling Killer Kate's. I'm moving in.
I'll park your car for you.
Oh, no, you don't. Leave that car where it is and keep the motor running. Slow. I'm almost out of gas.
Yes, sir.
Were you looking for somebody?
Who are you?
I'm Mario, the head waiter.
Well, I'm Killer Kate, your new boss, see? From now on, you're taking orders from me.
But I don't understand. Mr. Norton didn't mention anything about selling the place.
Norton? Who's Norton?
He's the boss. Hey, cut that out.
I told you I'm the boss. Now get out of my way. Hey, waiter, come here.
Yes, sir?
Who's the tomato out there singing?
Peaches Mason, sir. She's the star of the show.
Easy on the eyes, ain't she? Waiter, get me a double bourbon. I think I'll sit down here.
But, sir, this table is...
Shut up and do like I told you.
Yes, sir.
Mario,
Yes, Miss Mason.
who's that tourist at Mr. Norton's table?
I don't know. He calls himself Killer Kate. He said from now on, he was the boss.
Ah, the loud jerk. He almost ruined my number. Why don't you throw him out?
You know Mr. Norton don't like any rough stuff when the place is full of customers.
Hey, waiter, bring out double bourbon before I tear this place apart.
Hey, you, what's the big idea?
Peaches Mason, eh? I like that name. Sit down, baby. I want to talk to you.
Listen, mister, this is Joe Norton's table, and if you know what's
Sit down.
good for... I never join the guests.
I said sit down.
Oh, all right. Please lower your voice. Everybody's staring at us.
So what? Let me give you a tip, sister. Keep your nose clean.
What?
Don't play dumb. You know what happened to Spangler, don't you? He's at the bottom of the river with his feet in a barrel of cement.
Cement?
It's hard to get nowadays, but I got connection. You know, baby, I like the way...
Your double bourbon, sir.
Set it right down here. Well, baby, here's to you. Boy, that's good.
Well, aren't you going to drink the rest of it?
No, I always save a little to fill my lighter. Now, listen, baby, I like your looks. I like the way you stack up.
You're wasting your time, big boy. I'm Joe Norton's girl.
Norton's through. I'm going to wrap up this town and put it in my back pocket. Baby, you just stick with me. You'll have a butler, 3 cars, and a sealskin coat. Now, all you got to do is...
Excuse me, Miss Mason, but Mr. Norton would like to see this gentleman in his office.
Oh, so Norton knows I mean business, eh? Lead the way, punk.
Punk!
You heard me. Get going. So Norton's worried, eh? Well, they all worry when the killer moves in. The Pelican Club. Think I'll change that name. I don't like it. I don't like a lot of things around here. I don't even like...
This is it.
Come in.
And Mr. Norton, I'd like you to meet the new boss, the gentleman I was telling you about. Mr. Kate.
Well, step right in, Mr. Cates. That's all, Mario. And close the door after you.
Yes, sir.
So you're Norton, eh? Who are these 2 mugs?
Oh, excuse me. Allow me to introduce my 2 assistants, Lefty Ryan and Steve Kapuris.
Charmed, I'm sure.
This isn't a rare privilege.
You see, Mr. Cates, I want to apologize for asking you to come all the way back here. But you see, we don't like to throw anybody out the front door. Gives the place a bad name. All right, Lefty, throw this bum out in the alley.
This isn't a rare privilege.
Take your hands off of me.
Come on, you.
Now, anybody else feel like throwing me out?
Ah, what tough guy, huh? Well,
Wait a minute, Steve. All right, Cates, the back door's right behind you. Now get out.
That gun don't scare me, Norton. I'm going to walk over there and take it away from you.
Stay where you are, I'm warning you.
You can't pull the trigger, Norton. You haven't got the nerve.
I'm telling you for the last time. One more step and I'll shoot.
Go ahead. I'm the man who couldn't be killed.
Give me that. Let go. Look out.
I got it, Norton. And Killer Cates ain't afraid to use it.
Killer Cates? That name sounds familiar.
You're darn right it's familiar. You know something, Norton? I think I'm going to like my new office. Say, that's a nice-looking safe you got there. Okay, Norton, open it.
But I haven't got...
I said open it.
All right, all right. Don't hit me again. I'll do it. There. There, it's open.
Oh, come on. Hand out the money. Hey, you. Come here and put this dough in the satchel. And be quick about it.
Is it all right, boss?
I'm the boss around
Do
here.
what he tells you, Steve.
Okay.
Well, that's all the money I got.
Oh, yeah? What about that $10?
Well, there's nothing...
Get it out.
There's nothing in it, I tell you. Just a bunch of canceled checks.
Well, get it out. I'm taking everything.
All right. There.
Thanks. Now get down on your knees, Norton, and start praying.
Killer, please. Look, don't shoot. Don't kill me. I don't want to die. I'll do anything you say. Only please don't kill me. Give me a break. Give me a break, will you?
You didn't give me a break, did you?
What?
When you sent me up to the big house to rot in a lousy cell? You weren't satisfied to take over my racket. You even had to steal my girl.
Kill, I didn't do any of those things. You got me mixed up with another guy. You got to believe me, Kill. I swear it wasn't me.
Where do you want it, Norton? In the belly or the back?
No, Killer, please. I'm telling you the truth. I didn't take your business. I opened this place myself 6 months ago on a GI loan.
Now, wait a minute.
And as for Peaches, I didn't know she was your girl.
That's right, Killer. He's telling the truth.
Yeah.
There's something fishy about this.
Killer, please, give me a chance. I'll get out of town. I'll do anything.
All right, Norton. But I'm warning you. If you come back, you'll get the same thing that happened to Spangler. And he's at the bottom of the river with his feet in a barrel of cement.
Cement?
Yeah, I got connections. Okay, Norton, now blow.
Thanks, Killer. I'll grab the next train. I won't come back, Killer, honest. I won't come back.
Well, see that you don't. Now, you, Steve, pick up that satchel and come with me.
Okay, Killer. You're the boss. Hey, Killer, slow down, will you? You're doing 80 miles an hour.
Don't worry, Steve. Open that grab bag and count the dough we took from Norton.
Oh, okay, boss. It's all in $1,000 packages. There's 10 of them here.
And take 5 for yourself.
5 G's for me?
Sure. Killer Cates always splits 50-50 with the guys that work for him.
Yeah, but I wasn't working for you then.
You are now, ain't you?
Yeah, I'll say I am. 5 G's. Oh, boy, am I happy. Where's my harmonica?
Put that away. Put it away. I don't want no trouble with Petrillo. Put it away.
Gosh, 5 G's. Wait till I tell the boys about this.
The boys?
Yeah, the rest of Norton's mob. They'll all want to wait for you now.
Well, get them together. Have them bring their artillery. But we're going to take over this town, and I'm going to start tonight.
We pause now for station identification. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And 20 seconds.
Before our stars, Jack Benny, Gail Patrick, and Jimmy Gleason, return in Act 3 of Killer Cates, I'd like to present our guest of the evening, a British girl from Australia, lovely blonde Joan Winfield. Presentations hold no terror for Joan because she's already made a bow before one of the most famous audiences in the world, the court of the King and Queen of England.
No, I'm afraid that was a little different, Mr. Keeley. I didn't have to do any talking.
What have you been doing since Warner Brothers induced you to come to Hollywood?
Well, I've made 7 pictures, and when I'm not before the cameras, I'm visiting other sets.
Did you see the filming of Warner Brothers' new thriller, the picture that Sidney Greenstreet and Peter Lorre have just finished?
The verdict?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes. It was so exciting. But what impressed me especially on the Warners' lot was the lavish sets for their new musical, The Time, the Place, and the Girl. The colors were so light.
Well, that's important in Technicolor.
I was so interested, too, in the treadmill used for rehearsing the dance numbers.
Well, interesting isn't the word Jack Carson and Dennis De Morgan would have used. They covered 20 miles a day on that treadmill.
Well, I was amazed that Janice Page and Martha Vickers wore stockings for all that rehearsing. In Australia during the war, we saved stockings for special occasions.
Well, of course, Joan, the girls' stockings were luxed. That's why they lasted so long. Girls often get as much wear from one pair of stockings that are luxed as they do from two pairs washed the wrong way.
Well, I do know Lux stockings last longer, Mr. Kennedy.
Twice as long. Famous laboratory proved by strain tests. They washed identical stockings two different ways. Some women use a strong soap for stockings, you know. Well, stockings washed that way broke down into runs in almost no time. But the stockings that had been washed with Lux lasted twice as long as the others. That extra wear is as good as an extra pair.
You're so right, Mr. Kennedy. You can't imagine how wonderful it is to find a box of Lux Flakes in the store.
Yes, girls everywhere appreciate the extra stocking wear Lux gives them. These days, we're not able to make all the Lux women want, but we're doing our best to keep dealers supplied. So keep asking for it. Here's Mr. Keeley at the microphone.
After the play, we'll invite Jack Benny to step out of his role as Killer Cates and join us for a brief chat with tonight's stars. Here they are in Act 3. Jack Benny as Jeff Morley, Gail Patrick as Helen, and Jimmy Gleason as Brady. For hours now, Helen and Dr. Elbron have searched in vain for Jeff. Back at home, they find Al Brady waiting for him, wildly flourishing a newspaper.
Helen, Doc, have you read the papers?
The papers? No, Al. What do they say?
Listen to this. Daring thugs menace Daleville, New Jersey. Reign of terror grips city. According to one of the victims, David Franklin, gas station owner, he had just locked up for the night when 4 thugs broke in and demanded that he hand over all the money in his cash register. When Franklin demurred, the leader of the thugs threatened him with the same thing that happened to Spangler, asserting that Spangler was at the bottom of the river with his feet in a barrel of cement. The victim also mentioned that the killer mumbled something about bumping off 11 people so he could be first in the line for a new refrigerator.
Spangler with his feet in cement? Well, that dialogue's right out of the play.
Sure. That's Jeff, all right. He really believes he's Killer Cates.
We've got to stop him before he does any more damage. Oh, poor Jeff.
Come on, we'll use my car. It's only an hour's drive to Daleville. Gosh, Jeff must have made a pile of dough with those gangsters.
Gee, I hope nothing happens to my husband.
Oh, gee, I hope nothing's happened to my 10%.
Well, Killer, how do you like the house?
Not bad, Steve. I think we'll spend a little lettuce and fix it up. Put bulletproof glass in the windows, get some steel shutters and doors, and we'll have the classiest joint on the south side.
Wouldn't Norton be burned up if he knew he was using this summer house for a hideaway?
Sure gotta hand it to you, Killer. You certainly get action in a hurry. First you take over Norton's club, then his gang. Now you even got his house.
Yeah. And you left out something else, Peaches.
Oh? What's that?
I got his girl, too. Come here, baby. Let the killer take off some of your lipstick.
Oh, Killer. Oh, you're terrific.
And there's more where that came from. Now, look, baby, nobody knows you threw in with us, so you run into town and case the club. Give it the once-over. I want to make sure that Mario's keeping his nose clean.
Okay, Killer.
Wait a minute. What's this tin box here?
Well, that's the thing we took from Norton's safe, Killer. You know, he said it was just canceled checks.
Well, let's have a look at them. They're checks, all right. Pay to the order of John Graham, $5,000. Signed Joe Norton. Pay to John Graham, $2,500. John Graham, $3,000. Say, who is this mug, John Graham?
He's the mayor. Norton was paying him off.
What? And this is the best haul yet. Give me an envelope.
What are you gonna do, boss?
I'm going to send these checks to the district attorney. What? Sure. When the DA gets these checks, he'll go right after the mayor. The politicians will start fighting among themselves. The cops won't know which way to turn. I can put this town in my back pocket. Here, mail this, Peaches.
Gee, Killer. Oh, you think of everything.
Yeah. I just thought of something else.
Yeah?
Before you go, let me take off some more of that lipstick.
Mm.
Hey, I like the taste of that. You keep putting it on, and I'll keep taking it off. Come on, let's do it again.
I'm telling you, Graham, I'm on a spot. You gotta get me off. You can do it. You're the mayor.
I'm sorry, Norton. Election's only 2 weeks away. I have my own troubles, not to mention the gambling ship.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a lot more trouble if this Killer Kate stays on the loose. Look, I'm supposed to be out of town right now. I'm liable to be bumped off any minute.
We all have to take a bath sometime, Joe. Maybe it's your turn to be washed up.
Oh, yeah? Well, if I go to the cleaners, you're going with me.
What do you mean?
Wouldn't the DA be surprised to find that our honest mayor gets 15% of all the take in this town?
And how is he going to find out?
There's a little matter of a few canceled checks that I made out to you. They'd look very pretty in court.
You wouldn't dare turn in those checks. You're in this as deep as I am.
But Killer Cates isn't. And he's got the checks.
What?
You heard me. He stole them out of my safe.
This DA has been gunning for me for 5 years. And if he ever gets his hands on those checks... can't let the police get hold of them either. I don't trust the commissioner. I think he's honest.
There's only one way to do it. But it's going to cost a few grand. I'm going to have to put a new mob together and get Killer Kate.
How much will it take?
Oh, about 10 G's.
Very well. Just don't spend any more than you have to. Remember, it's the taxpayers' money.
So if you're smart, Mario, you'll watch your step around this club.
Don't worry about me, Peaches. I want my feet in cement, even if it's Grumman's Chinese.
What?
Did you forget what happened to Spangler?
Oh,
Pardon me, I wonder if you could give me some information. We're looking for a man who calls himself Killer Cates.
what made you think you'd find him here?
Well, we've been to every nightclub in town. You see, we have reason to believe he'd be at one of them.
Who are you?
I'm his wife.
His wife? He never told me he was married.
Then you know him. Oh, please tell me, where is he?
If I find out he's been two-timing me...
Miss, it's vitally important that we find this man immediately.
You see, there are a few things we have to straighten out with him.
Yeah, I got a few things to straighten out with him myself. Okay, come on, follow me.
Peaches, you playing with dynamite?
Killer or no killer, I gotta know where I stand.
Peaches. What a doll. That's nobody in a play like that. Jeff must be ad-libbing. Well, he can't be altogether out of his mind. No, sir.
Who is it? It's me, Peaches.
It's about time you got back.
Yeah. Come on in, Mrs. Kate.
Mrs. Kate? Hey, wait a minute. Who's the company?
Yeah. Who's the twist in the two mugs?
Jeff. Oh, Jeff. It's me, Helen. Don't you even recognize me?
Jeff. There's nobody here by that name. Say, I remember you now. You're Scalise's mom.
Oh, Jeff, snap out of it.
Oh, please, Jeff. It's Helen, your wife. The girl you married. Think back. Remember our honeymoon. Niagara Falls. Those gin rummy games.
Hey, what is this?
What about it, Killer? What about that line you was handing me about us getting married? Stop talking.
Shut up.
I'm not shutting up until I find out where I stand. You and your sealskin coat.
Button your lip before I let you have it. I ought to do it anyway for bringing these monkeys in here.
Jeff, please.
Wait a minute, Helen. Let me do the talking. Now, Jeff, you're going to listen to me.
And you're going to listen to this.
Oh.
Out like a light. Oh, Killer, you sure pack a mean wallop. What do you want to do with these other phonies?
Throw them out.
Wait a minute, Jeff. Try to concentrate. This is Dr. Elberon talking to you. I'm your friend.
And I'm Helen. Look at me, darling. Look at me.
I am looking at you. You're not bad. Steve.
Yeah, Killer?
I changed my mind. Just throw these two guys out. I'm going to keep the dame.
Oh, no, you don't. I say she goes.
You stay out of this, you cheap...
Well, you...
Oh, yeah, something wrong. Well, here's where we'll fix this up. Wait a minute. You don't have to fight, girls. There's enough of me for both of you.
Well, I don't...
There's a house just around and it's not.
Norton, eh? I told him to get out of town. Well, if he wants action, he came to the right place.
Jeff, stay away from that window.
Oh.
Jeff. Oh, Jeff.
They got the killer.
Is he hit bad?
I don't know yet.
Dr. Elberon, help me take Jeff in the other room.
Hey, Peaches, did you steer Norton's mob over here?
No, I didn't, Steve. Honest, I didn't. Hey, you gotta believe me.
We'll talk about that later. Stay with him, boys. We can't let the killer down.
Here. We'll just lay him down on this couch. There.
Doctor, is he hurt badly?
No, it's a flesh wound. The bullet grazed his temple.
Look, he's coming to.
Oh, my head.
Jeff, are you all right?
Helen, get a glass of water.
Yes, Doctor.
Oh. What's this? I'm bleeding.
Now, take it easy, Jeff. It's only a scratch. You'll be all right.
Here's the water, Doctor.
Now, take this pill, Jeff. It'll make you feel better.
Helen, Dr. Elverin.
Jeff. Oh, Doctor, he's himself again.
Sudden shock did it. How do you feel now, Jeff?
I had the most terrible nightmare. I dreamt that I was Killer Cates, that I went to New Jersey and met a man named Norton, got mixed up in a gang war. Oh, it was awful.
Jeff, it wasn't a dream.
What? No dream.
No, Jeff. You actually did all those things. You were out of your mind.
What's the noise? Those are shots.
It's Norton's men. They're shooting at us. Your gang's outside in the other room.
Well, what are we going to do? We'll all be killed. Where's Brady? Get Brady. He always knows what to do.
I'm afraid he can't help us now.
While you were Killer Cates, you knocked him out.
There's only one thing to do, Jeff. You've got to go out there and pretend you're Killer Cates. It's our only chance to get out of this mess.
But I can't do it. I'm liable to get killed.
Doctor, we can't send Jeff out there.
Well, don't you see? If those men find out that Jeff isn't Killer Cates, their fearless leader who got them into this predicament, they'll turn on him in a second.
He's right, Jeff. You have to go through with it.
But what can I do? I'm a coward. I'm not even a brave coward. I mean, I'm afraid.
Get out there and try to call off this gang war. Make peace with Norton. Give him back his gang, his nightclub.
And his girl.
Promise him anything that will get us out of here alive.
Can you do it, Jeff?
Sure I can. I'm an actor. I'll give him the best performance I've ever seen. Give me that gun. I'm Killer Cates, see? A man who couldn't be killed. From now on, I'm giving the orders around here, see? How do you like that?
Oh, that's fine, Jeff. But you better use two guns. Your hand was on your hip again.
Oh.
Now go on out there, Jeff.
And, darling, please be careful.
Hey, fellas, look. The killer is back.
Attaboy, Killer.
We thought he was done for. Now we'll show Norton who's boss.
Yeah, let's give it to him. Give it to him. Come on, man, we'll wipe out every one of them rats.
They're rushing the house.
Yeah, here they come.
Stop them, boys. Don't let them in. For my sake, boys, you got to protect the old killer. Save me.
Hey, there's something wrong with the killer, isn't there?
Yeah. Not once in the last half hour has he mentioned what happened to the Spangler.
Don't stand there gossiping. Shoot back.
All right. Nobody move. We got you covered.
Okay. You win, Norton.
Drop your guns. Well, you're not so tough now, are you, killer?
Look, Mr. Norton, it's been a great mistake. I'm not really a killer at all. I'm an actor.
What are you trying to pull?
That's right, Mr. Norton. I can prove it. I'm his wife.
And I'm his doctor. I can certify that this man was suffering from schizophrenia, not accountable for his actions.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. My name's really schizophrenia. I mean, Jeff Morley. Look at me. Look, how can I be a killer? It's only a joke. Please believe me.
Killer, stop kissing my hand. You can't talk your way out of this. Hey, what's this? Oh, hiding behind the couch, huh? Come on out, Peaches.
Joe, you gotta listen to me. I was for you all the time.
Shut up, you little double-crosser. I'll take care of you later.
Please, Mr. Norton, I'll do anything you want. I'll give you anything if you'll only let me out of here. Believe me, I'm not Killer Cates.
Shut up.
Yes, sir.
Now, where are those canceled checks you sold from my safe?
Checks? I don't remember any checks, sir.
He's lying, Joe. I know where they are. The killer mailed them to the DA this afternoon.
They're already picked up. Must be in the post office by now.
What do we do now, Joe?
We gotta get those checks before they reach the DA. We gotta crack the post office.
The post office? But, Joe, that's federal stuff. We don't want to fool around with that federal stuff.
Don't worry. We're not gonna do it. Hey, you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. You're gonna crack the post office.
No, Helen, doctor. Don't let him take me. Ouch!
I'm doing the slapping now. Lefty, take these people downstairs and lock them in the cellar.
All right, come on, everybody, get moving.
Hey, what about me, Joe? You're gonna take me with you,
No,
aren't you?
Peaches, you and me, we're through. Now, come on, killer. You're gonna crack the post office and get those canceled checks.
But I won't do it. I won't, I tell you. Now put down that gun.
What's the matter, killer? You yellow?
No, I'm not yellow.
And why are you shivering?
It's that darn cold strike. Isn't it awful? You know, personally, I think that they should...
Shut up. Come on, boys, let's go. So long, Peaches.
Thinks he's through with me, huh? Well, we'll see about that. I'm gonna kill two birds with one phone call. Hello? Operator, get me the police department. Push me around, will they? Hello? Look, I'm giving you a tip. Killer Cates and Joan Norton are on their way downtown to hold up the post office. What? Oh, never mind who this is. Just a very dear friend of theirs.
How long has he been in the post office, Steve?
15 minutes. Long enough to get those canceled checks.
All right, come on, boys. We're going in and get him. All right, killer, your time is up.
Wait a minute, Norton. I've been looking all through these mailbags. I can't find the canceled checks. Honest, I can't.
Where do you want it, killer? In the belly or in the back?
Neither one. I'm ticklish in both places. Honest, I couldn't find the check.
What's that you got in your hands?
Oh, just some old letters I found.
Let me see them. I can't stand Jack Benny because...
I can't stand him either.
All right, killer, this is your last chance.
Cops, it is afraid.
Hey, drop your guns. You haven't got a chance.
Okay, don't shoot. You got us.
Round him up, men. Norton, where's Killer Cates?
There he is on the floor.
Looks like we got him, Chief.
Yeah, that's Killer Cates, all right. And he's supposed to be a tough guy.
What do you mean, Chief? Isn't he dead?
Dead nothing. He just swooned.
Anyway, Helen, as soon as the shooting started, I pretended I was hit and dropped to the floor.
The chief of police said you fainted.
But I was only acting.
Well, your acting was so good it took them 4 hours to bring you to.
I guess I overacted a little.
Jeff, are you sure you're well enough to do the show tonight?
Never felt better in my life, Doctor. You know, somehow I'm looking forward to playing Killer Cates again. I guess it's because I feel that now I've actually lived the part.
Jeff, I'll never forget the way you kissed me when you thought you were Killer Cates.
Let me refresh your memory, Helen. You mean like that?
Well, no. But I'd rather have you this way. And Jeff, I'm so glad nothing happened to you because...
What, Helen?
Well, Doctor, you tell me.
Doctor, what is it?
Well, while you were gone, Jeff, they delivered the new refrigerator.
Oh, goody. Come on, let's make some ice cream.
Our stars will return for their curtain calls in a moment. You look bursting with knowledge, Sally.
Did you know, Mr. Kennedy, that once it was a great honor to take care of worms?
What kind of bait is this?
Well, there's a tradition that back in 500 B.C. in China, the court ladies used to draw lots, and the lucky ones could take care of the silkworms in the court silkworm nursery.
I know the Chinese were the first people to reel silk off the cocoons.
And were probably the first people to wear any sort of silk underthings, too.
It's too bad they didn't have Lux Flakes then to take care of their silks and underthings.
But aren't we lucky to have Lux?
I'm sure you are, especially now that there's so much pretty lingerie in the stores again.
Real silk and the most luscious lacy rayons. I wouldn't dream of washing them any way but the Lux way.
And that pays, Sally, because Lux Care keeps underthings color fresh and lovely 3 times as long. The Lux people have actual tests made by an impartial laboratory to back up that statement. When they compared the Lux slips and nighties with those washed the wrong way with a strong soap, they found an amazing difference. The Luxed ones were so much brighter and newer looking. And ladies, don't waste Lux. It's precious these days because it's made of scarce materials. Back to Mr. Keeley and our stars.
It's time for our stars to take a bow. You remember? It's time for our stars to take a bow.
I'm right here, Bill.
Jack, please. It's curtain call time, and here are the stars who gave us such a thrilling evening of suspense and drama. Jack Benny, Gail Patrick, and James Gleason. You know, Jack, now that it's over, I can honestly say you gave us a superb example of dramatic acting. Really brilliant.
Well, thanks, Bill. I guess there's no room for argument there. Now, do I get to keep my soap?
At Killer Cates, you were really frightening, that is, Jack.
Yes, my teeth are still chattering.
Well, take them out.
Oh.
You know something, fellas? I'm thinking of giving up my own show and going into serious drama.
Are you serious?
I might even change my name to John.
A lot of people had missed the old Jack Benny.
I know. I've missed him every chance I had.
As a matter of fact, Bill, I got another great show, a magnificent dramatic piece for next week.
You mean for Lux?
Well, I thought I'd give them first crack at it.
But, Jack, we've already got a play in cast for next week.
Maybe you could postpone them. Use my play instead.
What kind of a role is it, Jack?
Cold, calculating, ruthless.
Ruthless.
Ruthless, sir.
But, Jack, next week is the night before Christmas Eve, and naturally, we're bringing our audience something very much in the holiday spirit.
What's it going to be, Bill?
A bright and sparkling musical starring one of the most popular singers in America, Dick Haymes. Co-starred with Dick is another of our favorites, Linda Garson, appearing in 20th Century Fox's recent screen hit, Do You Love Me? It's a story of comedy, music, and romance, with Dick Haymes bringing you the songs that helped to make the screenplay so successful.
Sounds like a wonderful play for the holidays, Bill. I'm sure your audience will love it.
I agree. How about my play, Bill? What about the week after next?
Yeah, that's that too, haven't you, Bill?
That's right.
Well, how about the week after that? This play is hot. You wouldn't want to let it cool off.
Who's the star, Jack?
Listen to him, wisecrack. You sound like Fred Allen.
Jack, I'm afraid we're all booked up for the third week, too.
Well, look, Bill, will you call me? I'll be waiting here for you.
Sure, Jack. Do I have your number?
You don't need my number. I'll be waiting in the wings.
Okay, Jack, and for tonight at least, our most sincere thanks. Good night.
Good night.
Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Lux Flakes, join me in inviting you to be with us again next Monday evening when the Lux Radio Theater presents Dick Hames and Linda Garson in Do You Love Me? This is William Keeley saying good night to you from Hollywood.
It's pretty good to find more meat in the stores these days, isn't it? Well, that means you'll have more used fat to turn in for cash. Now, there are two good things about that. You get more money because lots of dealers are paying higher prices for used fats. And besides that, you're helping to make the things you want. Soap, as well as cars, refrigerators, electrical appliances, and such things. So as long as the oil supply stays short, please save every drop of used fat and turn it in. Gail Patrick will soon be seen in Republic's pictures The Plainsman and the Lady. Heard in our cast tonight were Gerald Moore as Norton, Gigi Pearson as Peaches, Norman Field as Dr. Elverson, Alan Reed as the mayor, and Eric Snowden, Herbert Bygren, Edwin Max, Eddie Marr, Ed Emerson, Jay Novello, Dick Ryan, Ken Christie, Charles Seal, and Franklin Parker. Our music was directed by Louis Silvers. This program is broadcast to our men and women overseas through cooperation with the Armed Forces Radio Service. And this is your announcer, John Milton Kennedy, reminding you to tune in again next Monday night to hear Do You Love Me? With Dick Hames and Linda Garson.